My pageant journey started when I was actually a teenager. I ran in 17 pageants and placed in 16 of those. Not all of those did I win, but that was many moons ago. And about 40 years later, I decided I was going to compete again. And it's only because of my daughter, because she started competing in 2011 and did good, but decided it just wasn't for her. But so mom decided, okay, I'll be a pageant director. And before long, I'm like, I'm going to compete. So I lost 90 pounds to compete. And during that process, I really started doing a deep dive look at myself. And that's where my first legacy project actually was born, not knowing what I was doing, by the way, not knowing what I was doing at all with it. But I named it Dare, Dream, Believe, which is all about daring to dream and believing in yourself and not being afraid to chase those dreams. And then I was crowned a international title winner, actually international. I'm like, oh my goodness, now what am I going to do? So I found Alycia, started listening to her podcast, and she starts talking about this legacy project. I'm like, oh, I got this. And this was before Jumpstart. I'm like, oh, I got this. I can do a legacy project. But I didn't feel like I really did a legacy project. I didn't feel I could have done as much with the crown as I should have done as an international title holder. And so I listened to then the Jumpstart started. So I started listening to the Jumpstarts and started listening more and more. And before long, 3 Jumpstarts are passed. And I'm like, okay, if I'm really going to do something, I need to take a deep dive look at myself, not only in the moment of a crown, but a moment of personal growth. And I joined the academy, and luckily I was blessed with Trinity, and she has been a wealth of encouragement for me. She has given me purpose and really honed in on what I wanted to do in my life. The first thing Trinity said is, you got to write a book. Alycia says, you got to write a book. And I'm like, I'm not writing a book. I can tell you that right now. Let's find something else. Everyone writes a book. And I'm thinking a book is going to be like this long. It's going to take me a year or two and I don't want to do that. And then I took a deeper look and I'm like, you know what? A book doesn't need to be that long. It just needs to have purpose and it just needs to be impactful. And before long, once you know, I wrote a book and I published it within a few days. Honestly, it happened really fast. I followed the exact process that was in the academy that they taught us how to do. And I did it to a T. It didn't cost me that much. I think the whole book cost me less than $75 to publish, which is amazing because that's my copyright. That's my ghostwriter that had to fix a couple of things in it. And that's also the design cover. I mean, $75. Come on, guys. Anyone can do it for that price. So before long, I'm like, okay, so now what am I going to do? And then Alycia keeps coming back to my mind, and Trinity's along with her. Don't let opportunity pass you by. Don't let opportunity pass you by. And I took a deep breath and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to let opportunity pass me by. The national pageant happened for Petite. I did very well in it. I was actually 4th runner-up, but I flubbed on my final question. And I left out a huge section of what I knew my heart wanted to say, but I let self-doubt get in my way. And I think that's one thing that I've learned about the academy is don't let self-doubt get in your way, ever get in your way. And don't doubt who you are and don't compare yourself to others. Just be you, truly you, and keep your mindset and believing in yourself. And that's something that the academy has done for me to help me keep reflecting at that, because I keep going back to my notes and my journals and all that stuff. So what's next for me? My podcast is going to release soon, which is exciting. I'm actually writing 2 books right now, a children's book and another adult book, which Trinity might not even know that.
I didn't know this. That's amazing.
Both, and I'm hoping that both will be released by spring. That's my goal right now. And I will start my national book tour probably in November with my first stop happening soon. So more of that to come. And you can always follow me on Girl You Got This on my Facebook. I'm sorry, I'm just not an Instagram. I'm old, guys. I'm really old. So Instagram, it just confuses me. I try, but yeah, I do have Instagram or Girl You Got This, but really Facebook is where I'm really at. But that's me.
I love it. And every time I see the phrase, you got this, I think of you and your book and your journey. And now you've got a podcast and 2 more books. It's it's so fun to celebrate your success and where you are taking your legacy project of Dare, Dream, Believe. And you spoke to the self-doubt piece where you kind of learn to push past that. So, but there was something else that you said, because I believe you said that you sat through did you sit through three jump starts?
Three jump starts.
So do you remember what held you back from those?
Well, I remember my very first jump start. At the very end, I asked Alycia, so what happens if you don't want to do a legacy project? And she said, then why are you competing?
Mhm.
I mean, she was really blunt to the point, and I'm like, I don't like you right now. How dare you tell me that? But you know what? It really made me think. So I listened to a second podcast, the second jumpstart, and I kept going back to, so why are you competing, Susan? Why are you competing? If you're not going to take it to the next level, if you're not going to really do your legacy project, Dare, Dream, Believe, then why are you competing? And so I listened to the third one. And on the very last day, I called my husband and I said, you know what? I think God's leading me on this. I want to know your opinion of it. And I told him the dollar amount. And he said, you need to invest in yourself. You invest in everyone else. You need to take care of yourself, because if you can't take care of yourself, how can others take care of you? And then the last week, twice, someone said this, two different people said this to me. When you're on an airplane, who do they tell you to take care of first? Who's your first set of oxygen? It's you. And it keeps going back to that. And the last 2 weeks now, I've been really focused on that. Take care of yourself, Susan. Take care of yourself, Susan. Because if you're going to compete again, which I will, I didn't think I was going to, but if you're going to compete again, then take care of yourself first, because everything else will fall in line behind that. And it's okay to say no to things, which I'm not good at, by the way. So I'm working on that.
I love that you said something similar to what Cappy and Tiffany have both said, and that you needed to do something for you. And that's so true for many of us, because we're pouring into others, and we need to find something to pour into ourselves. And I say this all the time, pageantry is the best self-development tool out there for women. I firmly believe it. I've been in pageantry since I was 17, and I did take a break between Miss and Mrs., as many of us do, but it is the best self-development tool. And when we take the time to pour into ourselves and invest in ourselves, as you have, the results are life-changing. It's been amazing to watch the progression of, like you said, I don't want to write a book, to you showing it to us right here. It's here. It's amazing. We are so proud and so happy for your success.
Well, thank you. It's because of the Winter Pageant and the Jumpstart that I feel it pushed me to that next level and that deeper level that I really needed to get to, and really honing in on the key phrases, the key words, the key description, instead of being fluffy. I had it, but I was a little fluffy still. I needed to hone more, and that was really important to me. So I can't thank you guys enough for everything. And it was so great meeting you guys in person too. No matter how many times you said, Susan, let me do up your dress. Nope. Cassidy's got it. Cassidy's got it. She's the one that did it. She's got it. I'm just like, run.
I know. It was so fun. So fun to meet you in person. Thank you so much, Susan, for sharing your heart and your experience, your legacy project. Thank you for sharing all of that. It is a joy to see you once again here.